Hello, welcome to this video on the PriceLinks material ordering. We're on the open insert screen here where we can search and locate existing orders. Got a couple in the list here. A number of ways we can find existing orders, either any individual or combination of the search criteria listed here, being the order code, the invoice number from the supplier name, between certain dates, materials from individual estimates or works numbers, or we can search through the descriptive text on the order details, and if we just type in here whatever we're looking for, then it will sort through all the records and locate the orders which contain matches. So we start off by creating a new order. We can either enter a code there or let it auto number. So if I select OK to auto number it, let's set up a new order for us. We're in the processing screen now. There are a number of ways that we can add materials to an order. First being from our materials database. If we want to add something which isn't on the database, then we can select new, and then we can add any ad hoc description, cost and quantity we want. Or we can import either from the SmallWorks or from the estimating software. So to speed things up, I'll do an import. And I'll just import those materials from that estimate. As it pulls them in, it will automatically consolidate the quantities for us. So we've got a number of materials in there. If we want now, we could send an email off to our suppliers to see what's the best price we can get for them is. So I'll just quickly go into the reports, and if we select who we want it to go to, and then we can do a quotation request. You can either view it on the screen, print it out, send it to a file, or email it straight off. So I'll show it on the screen so we can see what we're looking at. So we send in a quotation request to the National Electrical Supplies, and there's our quotation request there for those materials. Okay, so if we assume that they come back now, and if they give us some better prices, then we can edit any of the details that we want. So they come back and said we'll do those at $7.50 each, then we can, or we can just as equally edit any of the other fields in here. You can also scroll up and down the records if we want, or do a search to locate other records. Assuming we're happy with that, then we probably want to send a purchase order off to the supplier. So if I go back into the reports, and if we want, we can add a reference, their reference, and any of the details we want. And say whether we want it delivered here to our client or to a site. So if I select site, and I'll look up a site there, we'll fill it in for us. Then we can enter any text we want. And then we can send off our material order, either a standard one, or we can enter all the costs on as well. So the standard ones are similar to the quote request, so I'll show it with the costs just so you can see the difference there. Okay, so there's our order information, our delivery address, and all our materials with the cost which they've quoted us. Right, so now it's just a matter of waiting for them to arrive, and when they do arrive, we can then input the quantities that we've received. We can either do that individually by selecting the columns and entering them, or we can just use a quick set there, and that will set the input quantity to the same as the amount ordered. If they were short on certain items, then we can edit the input quantity. So if we assume that there were 20 short on those and only sent 100, and similarly on that cable, if we say, well, we only received 100 meters of the cable, then that will update the information for us when we run the update. We probably want to enter the invoice number it came in on, and then we can run the update. Before we run the update, I'll just explain there's a checkbox at the side here. We can have that checked or unchecked. If it's checked, then it will run the export option as well. And if it's unchecked, then you won't see the form which is about to come up. But if we run the export option, it will allow us to export the materials to our job costing if we want, also to the small works if we use that and we want to export the materials to the small works, and thirdly it allows an export into the file if we want to export the information for Sage accounts. So if I select update, then it comes with the export form because I've got the checkbox checked there. And just to quickly show you how this works, if we were updating a job costing, then we could select the job there, select the section where the materials were going. I'll just put in a power section, and a cost center to enter the materials against. Small works I would leave alone, and we can also enter the export information if we want anything different to what's in there, and then run the update, and that exports the information to the relevant areas and updates the project. So you can see now we've got the received amount, and it also shows the outstanding values there. It can be if you've got a large order, it can be a bit difficult to see the wood for the tree, so you probably might want to list outstanding items only, and then you can see there we ordered 120, we received 100, there's 20 outstanding for those sockets. Similar for the cable, we received 100, so we're waiting for another 50-meter reel there, and then we can update those when they arrive. So that's just a brief overview of the material ordering. If you'd like some further information, then please get in touch or take a look at our website at pricelinks.co.uk. Thank you very much for your time.